Silent. Pranams to the lotus feet of our Bhagavan. Hearty welcome to all of you after long gap of my absence. But I'm so glad that you could be here this morning, and thank you for your time. I'm away from this place for about 3 months, as I have been to the US, the United States of America, on some personal work. Usually, as you know, March is a very, very busy period, and that too they have examinations, university examinations, from the middle of March till the end of March. But I had to be there by the 6th of March itself because of some wedding, which is most important. Well, what to do? It's very risky to seek permission, particularly when examination season is that. Then boys are to write examinations and very hectic period. I know it's very risky. But suddenly, while Swami, towards the end of a cultural program, he called me to come close to him on the dais itself. And he said, "What is it that is worrying you?" I told him, "Swami, the only worry is, the situation is I had to be there by 6th of March, which is a very important occasion. And I seek your permission to go." Believe me or not, he repeated the sentence twice. Definitely go. Be happy and go. And let both of you go. Well, I did not inform anybody because we do not know what would happen later. I just kept quiet and informed the news to my family people there in the US. They were quite happy about it. And I was there on the 1st of March. And then after this, the wedding and other things to follow, for which purpose I had to be there. I was engaged for about 10th or so with that. Later I was thinking as to what I should do for the rest of the period of my stay. Because the college is to reopen on June 1st. Nobody expects me before that. And having gone that long distance is not proper on my part to return immediately, as if I am foreign minister or the prime minister of the country who goes on a business. So I don't want to give this picture to my people. So what am I to do? But people won't leave me, see. They went on asking me, come on, visit our place, which I usually do that. Whenever I go abroad, I visit Sai centers, give some talks and return. This time, even before I reached there, whole number of phone calls there. And my children there, they were in a fix now, in a dilemma, to whom to say yes, to whom to say no. In one sentence they said, "You seem to have come to this place to make us very unpopular, very unfriendly." That's what they said. That was the situation. But anyway, I had one thought then. Going and visiting different places and deliver some talks, inspire those that attend the meeting, is the one known to me, which I have been doing over past several years. But this time I thought I should change my direction. I informed everybody, those who are prepared to organize workshops for youth, be prepared to invite me, otherwise not. I am prepared to attend those places where you are going to organize youth camps, youth workshops, youth conferences. Otherwise, please leave me alone. The reason why I said was, we are not only devotees of Baba, we have a role in his mission. And as organizers in the past, and also involved in a different way in his organization, in a different channel, being a faculty member in the university, I thought that it's time that I should apply myself in this direction. What is it? We should train some youth to take up the administration of the organization. We should also train the youth about the Sai mission, Sai message, the purpose. And 3, talk to them closely, intimately, rather keeping ourselves at a distance and feeling superior to them. It should not be like that. Let me go, mingle with them freely. That's what I was thinking. And another point, since we are meeting here as members of the family, I am sure that you don't misunderstand me if I say damage to the Sai mission is done by Sai devotees only. Damage is not done by any outsiders. Damage is done by our own people. You may ask me why and how. We do not speak of that, what we are supposed to. Take for example youth. When youth invite me, if I go and talk to them about moksha and liberation, Brahmajnana, the Atma Vidya, well, being devotees of Baba, as Sai youth, highly disciplined, they may keep their mouths shut, but they will engage their minds elsewhere. It is not necessary. Youth have certain problems now. There are other gurus who are attracting our youth to their fold. I am very sorry to say that. Those organizations elsewhere are organizing some camps, some workshops exclusively for youth. I made some study of them. I felt very sad about it. Because there is nothing that our Bhagavan has not said. Bhagavan covered all the topics under the sun, necessarily. We don't have to go begging street after street for information. I think you are all aware of the fact that all summer courses on Indian culture and spirituality are meant for youth. We have got about 10 to 12 books. All topics addressed to youth are available there. Plus, Bhagavan's own writings, letters to our students staying in hostel from time to time. There are also fund of information available. Plus, Swami's discourses to youth from India and abroad are also available. What are we doing? To admit frankly, nothing. I was reading this morning an article where a gentleman, IRS, Indian Railway Service, in the article he wrote it. Only this morning I saw that. which is very much true. He was writing an article for a magazine which was released on the 80th birthday of Bhagavan. There the author writes, as I sit and begin to write, I feel that I am writing more about myself than Baba. Therefore, I have put a full stop to my writing, and I thought it's not proper. Then he gets a phone call from the souvenir committee. Sir, the book is under publication. We are given to printers. How about your article? Then this man prayed to Bhagavan and started writing few sentences. Only this morning I saw that. I fully agree with that gentleman. Most of the articles, most of the talks are about one's own biography, or blowing one's own trumpet, and less of Bhagavan, more of one's own self. With the result, some damage is done to his mission. So I have questioned myself, what shall I do now? There is no point in criticizing, there is no point in commenting, because we are not politicians. We should take a constructive step and proceed in our own humble way. Then I have questioned myself, what are the things that youth need today? What topics that youth need today? Point one that strikes to my mind is personality development. The personality development, as youth understand, is only fashions, styles, jeans, that's all, dress. That's what they think in terms of personality. No. Bhagavan speaks of personality from a different dimension. It includes three: physical development, psychological development, and intellectual development. Body, mind, and intellect should equally grow, progress. Then only we can say it is personality development, but not otherwise. If it is merely physical, it is just an animal. If it is merely mental, it is memory stick of the computer. If it is merely intellectual, it leads to pride and ego. All the three should uniformly grow in perfect equal proportions. Then we can call it personality development. Swami gave a number of talks on this. So youth need some talks on personality development. That's what I thought. The second, what is that youth need? Youth today are passing through so much of stress and tension which we never had in our days. The reason is there was not this much of competition then. When I joined service, even my results were not published. I was just walking on the road. The principal stopped his car and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Sir, I go to examination, waiting for results. You come to college tomorrow and join duty," he said. "How can I join duty without results?" He said, "What is there? You get first class, no problem. You do there." But today I don't think that I would get a peon's job today because of competition. In those days things were not like that. So the youth today are passing through terrific, unimaginable tension, worry, anxiety. That is very much reflecting on their faces. They cannot dine enjoying the dishes. They cannot talk freely because their mind is engaged in the target-oriented offices, computers. Poor fellows, I really pity them. But there is no alternative. So what youth need today is some suggestions, some tips to be free from worry, tension and anxiety. This immediate requirement. There is no point in talking to them about jhana and process and liberation, the methods to moksha. That's not what youth need. And third, I thought youth also need some thoughts, some information on sealing on desires. And I also thought that some kind of how to do service in a busy life, how to be spiritual while being a professional. Like that I coined about 15 topics and just wrote on paper. As Baba willed it, suddenly there is a call from Milwaukee, state of Wisconsin, United States. They said, "Sir, we want you to speak." Choddo, speaking is over. Now I want to listen. I have been speaking all along. Now I want to listen. No, sir, you must speak. Okay. If you want me to speak, condition is, please organize youth workshop. Then they said, what shall we do? I think it's there in our country also, in cities, metropolis cities, a procedure, what you call, the conference phone calls. In conference phone calls, any number of people can discuss freely, holding on to the phone, freely, or something like our video conference. So I said, all right, let us have conference phone calls. Let me see what shall I do. They connected me to the whole state of Wisconsin, and about 20 to 30 people were talking to me on phone from different places. I told all these things. Boys, I have got 15 topics with me. I want you to speak on these topics, any topic you like. At least you should speak for 20 minutes. If you speak more than that, I will reward you, award you. And I also want you to talk taking the support of PowerPoint projections, transparencies, latest techniques. Please make use of them. Why should we think that spirituality is for retired gang like me? I retired long back. Finished. There's nothing. Why not youngsters do it? Why not? With all their skills, with all their knowledge. They said, okay sir. They were very happy about it. There in the first conference call, I allotted topics to the boys. But on one condition, let there be 6 to 8 speakers at least. 4 boys and 4 girls. And there should be 3 necessarily natives, white people from America, American citizens I wanted. It should be there. Let them also participate. They said, wonderful idea. And the next conference call, I just inquired what they are doing. They are very happy, please believe me. Putting questions after questions, hammered me like anything. For 2.5 hours. We finalized it and said we'll have another final conference phone call. Yes. And at the final meeting, they went on speaking what all they wanted to speak. Wow, I'm up in the heaven. Please believe me. And one girl said, she's a doctor from Texas hospitals. She said, Uncle, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to speak. Please allow me to maintain suspense. I said, why not? Please go ahead. I'm in the idea to help you if you need me. If you can manage yourself, what more I want. Like that, speakers were ready, everything was ready. The first youth conference was held in Milwaukee, the state of Wisconsin, United States of America. It was attended by 300 devotees, and just they arranged the dinner for all the participants that night. And what I said was, first, let all the speakers be invited to the dais with PowerPoint projection facility, computers. Let Balika's children get up and present roses to these speakers. Let the state president or regional president Sai organization introduce these speakers. So-and-so is MBA, so-and-so is MTech, so-and-so is that. So that let everybody know that Sai organization has professionals. That Sai organization has youngsters, youth, highly resourceful people, well-informed people. How rich we are, let everybody know. So he has to be introduced by the state president, elderly man. Balika's children to present roses, and they should sit on the dais. And then they started speaking. And whenever I felt like raising my voice, I immediately got up and added some more masala to it. It should be there, you see. Because we should maintain the audience attention. It should not be any other conference. Because I know, as you know, in most of the conferences, people will have undisturbed sleep. Claiming TA and DA towards the end. Traveling errands. I don't want it to happen. So soon after every speaker completes, I used to run to the dais, make my own comments, and appreciate that boy to the skies. If it deserves some kind of 40% of credit, I give them 150%. Because at the age, youngsters, are well done, my boy. They do like anything. Wow, how happy they were. Sight for gods. Girls also participated. Very nice. And then I said, let there be question-answer session based on the talks given by the speakers. And from the audience, questions are raised, and these people started answering them. Any supplementary extra point, I used to just join and also add. That's all, nothing more. By Baba's grace, it was a thumping success, which I never dreamt. And I could feel that Baba's grace is there. Bhagavan's divine will is like that I should carry on this throughout the United States. That he has sent me with a purpose, with a mission. And the thumping, unimaginable success at the first conference itself is an indication that I should continue the same. Then came invitation from the Dallas, the state of Texas, America. They said, Uncle, we want to invite you for a talk. We'll have our regional conference, you please come. Talking is over, my dear boys. Please talk it. Let there be youth workshop, then I will come. They said, yes, we will. Because of this internet facility, because of Baba's gift of SaiWisdom.com website, all people have come to know what is that is happening earlier till then. So the Dallas people have come to know what happened in Milwaukee. Therefore, Dallas people said, sir, we have visited SaiWisdom.com website and we know what had happened there. We want to have it in Dallas. I said, boys, what do you want to do? They said, no, please stop it. Please do not repeat the same topic. Topics should be different. If you repeat the same topic, it will be boring to the listeners. And if you repeat the same topic, it leads to unnecessary competition. There are so many topics in this world. You don't have to speak on the same topic, please. Then, Uncle, what should we do? I gave them again the list of topics. We had 3 conference phone calls, same as before. And then Dallas Regional Conference. It was attended by 500 devotees from the state of Texas. And there, who are the speakers? 2 doctors, 2 engineers, and 2 MBA students. MBA. I was so happy to see them on the dais because all of us also were like them just 30 or 40 years ago. Today, because of the age, we are like this. 40 years ago, we were also as handsome as those boys. Why not? Why not? So I felt as if I am looking into the mirror. As if I am looking into the mirror. Each one is a mirror. I felt so happy. Our own children speaking on the dais, after all. They are all our own children. They spoke very, very nicely. Every talk is very highly applauded. Particularly when the doctor, she is a pediatrician, she specialized Down syndrome. Very good. As we look at him from physical structure, we think she is supposed to be a BSc student or so. She is MD already. Attended so many conferences. She brought some slides where these Down syndrome children start speaking, explaining their own problems, and the doctor treating them. And she also applies Sai principles of love, and she has wonderfully demonstrated. This ended up in standing ovation by the entire gathering. Standing ovation. Really, given the chance, anybody would rise to occasion. To think that the art is the monopoly of some, it is utter ignorance. All are well informed, all are skilled, all are talented, but the chances are not given to people. So I was very, very happy. I was also adding, those of you who are interested, kindly visit the website saiwisdom.com, where you will have all these things. And Dallas was very, very successful in Texas. And then at that stage, suddenly another phone call. Sir, you promised that you would come to our place. We are waiting for you for the last 9 years. You visited US twice. You promised that you would come, but you did not. This time, we will not allow you to go back without visiting this place. A spiritual, violent threat is given to me. What am I? Okay, boys. But on one condition, please organize youth workshop. Atlanta, the state of Georgia, America. They said, yes, sir, we will have it. Then we had 3 conference phone call sessions of 2.5 hours each, and we arranged there in Atlanta. They presented this in a different angle altogether. I just asked them, what do you want to do? Uncle, we don't want to tell. Why? No, we do. Then why this conference, phone calls, waste of time? You give us the main points. How we do it, leave it to us. The fellows are very intelligent. The youngsters today are very, very intelligent. We just underestimate them like that. Because of our age and because the youngsters have respect for us, we are pulling on. But actually speaking, the intelligence coefficient IQ is 1,000 times more in youngsters than all of us. Please believe me. Young children, you see, 6 years, 8 years children, they go on playing with computers and all that. When I typed my letter, the finger fell somewhere, the whole typed matter vanished. Such an expert I am in computers. Well, children, they play all kinds of games and all that. We have to accept they are very intelligent. And if I just look into the textbooks, we have to accept the fact that what we teach at the degree level, they learn at the high school level itself. Today it's like we have to recognize. You can speak about Prahalada, Dhruva at home, not these things. Yes. That is very happy, very happy. Bhagavan, how great you are. You have got your children ready. You have got your youth all ready. They will be the champions of Sai mission in years to come. I am happy that you are making use of me this way. In Atlanta, what they did was this. 25 students participated, boys and girls, natives and also immigrants. Very nice. I was just watching. We find just one or two examples I am telling. On the dais, we find few boys, rock music, pop music, with the drugs and all that dancing. I was just watching, let us see. So, to see the dance is so nice, but it cannot be too much, you see. I was just waiting. That pop music, very nice. And then what happened was, suddenly two people appear. And those on the dais, they stand still, stop action. And the two on the corners, what kind of youngsters we have today in the country? What sort of youth we have in this country? Where are we heading? Where are we going? My friend, does Baba say anything on this? We find another Sai youth giving Baba's message to youth against the background of the modern life. Wonderful. And then another scene. A student comes with a lot of books and computers and pulling his hair sits on the table. That you were too much of homework or too much of work. I want to kill my father for admitting me to this school. I want to kill my mother for forcing me to do homework. I'm praying for the death of my teacher who gives too much of homework. I'm not able to manage because time, pressure, studies. And classmates come, don't do work. We go to the class, we don't do work. Let us see what's going to happen. Let's not go to schools at all. Suddenly one student comes there. Against this background, when children are stuffed with so much of homework, when children are tensed with so much of work to do, what shall we do on this matter? Does Baba say anything about it? But another youth member says, and says what Swami says, applying to the context and situation. See, it's really wonderful. And a third scene where husband and wife fata goes on fighting, arguing. Of course it's a platform presentation, though it's a usual situation everywhere in camera. So, no Lok Sabha can ever equal that, or any state assembly for that matter. Fighting. And she says, I'm waiting for my death. And he says, no, I want to die first. You can die later. And children come immediately say, let your wishes be fulfilled. There is no harmony and peace at home. Suddenly the girl comes with her boyfriend, Daddy, I want to marry him. First study well and study later, marriage first. That was the family problem. And then we find what does Baba say about extramarital relationships. What does Baba say about a family? What does Baba say about harmony at home? And relevant passages from Swami's message. How wonderful it is, I tell you. We go on speaking of our own stories, our own miracles, our own biography. When we came to Swami, how many rings we got. People are bored with this biodata. We are damaging Sai mission. This is not the way. I was so happy with those youngsters could quote Swami freely to the situation, present situation, at home, in the community, in the institution, youth in general. About 25 participated, followed by, behind the screen, 25 were working, 100 youth attended that conference. Atlanta, the state of Georgia. I was extremely happy. Until somebody came and shook me, I didn't realize that I am still down on earth. super conscious state, you can call anything. Because my golden dream has come true. I'm waiting for these youngsters to come forward and do whatever they can. It is time that we people be directors and give chances to youngsters and see what they do. Direct them, help them in every possible way. That has been my psychology, my ideology all these years, and that has found a shape now. So I was very happy. And then I started getting phone calls from Seattle, the state of Washington. They said, sir, we want you here in Seattle, you should come. Same thing, workshop. They said, sir, we heard enough of it. We are ready with workshop and all that. Ready, good. Oh, let me know. They said, one engineer from Boeing company, aircraft, Boeing 747 Boeing company, that Boeing aircrafts manufacturing company is there in Seattle. One manager, youth member, is going to speak on the occasion. One teacher is going to speak. One doctor who did service in Vietnam and Afghanistan, based on his experiences, he is going to speak, sir, like that. Just imagine if you are in my position, how you feel. You forget your thirst and appetite. Appa. Just as a businessman, if he comes to know all of a sudden, he has 10 crores profit. It is enough if he is alive. And when these people are youngsters are coming forward like that, as extreme, almost jumping in terror. Then the Seattle went there, and it was very, very nice. These experts, children, students, youth, talking and answering questions posed to them. Thus 4 youth conferences I could organize by the divine grace of Bhagavan Baba, most successfully, undreamt, unimagined, unbelievable. And then it was time for me to return. I was to start there on 25th and be back by 27th May, so as to be here for the university teaching work, and 1st of June happens to be the reopening day. Then I get a phone call from international president, Mr. Anil Kumar, 29th, 30th and 31st. First ever held National Youth Conference of America will take place in Chicago. We want you to attend. And he said, why, sir? No, I'm getting a number of phone calls and emails. Those that attended these 4 workshops are really very much pleased with this. They want you to attend. I said, this is my problem, sir. I should go by 27th. Can't you extend by a week? I want to, but it's not in my hands. It's not in my hands. Then after a couple of days, he rang up to me once again. Mr. Anil Kumar, there are some emails where groups of youth are warning us. If Anil Kumar is not going to come, we are not going to attend the conference. Thus the problem is precipitated. And this man says, are you going to come on? What shall I do? Then I said, I am going to come, provided Swami approves. Believe me, an office bearer came all the way from US to Prashanti Nilayam, met Swami, got permission for my extended stay and participation at the National Youth Conference in the United States of America, Chicago. That gentleman rang up from here. I'm just coming from the interview room, Anil Kumar. Don't worry, be happy. Don't allow your BP to shoot up. Be happy. I said yes. From here only all emails are sent all over the states. Anil Kumar is coming. On listening to that, Oh, more enrollment, registration. So many participated in the conference. And the conference went on for 3 days. And I stayed there throughout. Because I have not gone there as a politician, as a chief guest, no. Right from morning 8 till night 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I stayed with them. That's all. Because when once we want to take up the work, we should do it sincerely, or else not. That's what I believe in. I stayed with them throughout. Few particulars about the conference before I go. I want to say few things about certain interesting things. I had been to Seattle, the state of Washington, US. They said, you please come to Seattle. Yes. When we were just landing there, suddenly an announcement by the pilot, please look to your left, how beautiful the mountain range is. How beautiful. When we turn to our left, please believe me, mountain range Seattle, topmost mountain, the name is Rainier, I believe. White, bright, with all the snow on that. And the sunlight falls on that, on the mountain. Wow, what a one. Kailasapate Bhagwan, Shankar, Sainath Bhagwan. Swami, you must be dancing there on the mountain range. Kailas, how bright it is, Swami. Because all mountains are covered by snow and the sunlight falling on that. Chak, chak, glittering. Imagine. No silk saree can match. Impossible. That's God's saree. Divine saree. You cannot estimate its value. So beautiful, I tell you. And I also thought it's something like that Rainier, the topmost mountain, with all its white cloud and shining like that, so shy like that. I feel that it has a bridal look of a bride, so shy. Just as we find in Rajasthan, brides wearing some saree covering their head. Oh Rainier, oh Queen, how beautiful you are. You are covering your head like that. The bridal touch. Oh, must be the Gauri Devi waiting for Bhagavan, Lord Shankara, to dance over you. Oh, beautiful you are. Then we were just moving. And when it landed, it was just cool and all that. Mountainous area. And then the gentleman who took me there is the regional president, and his name is Mr. Harish Naidu, who works in Microsoft company, topmost position, vice president of that company. He was, with Baba, you are not an ordinary man. Every one of us, please understand. With Baba, no one is ordinary. You are VIP. If you go in Baba's name, you will be treated as Obama, Barack Obama. Nothing less than that. Nothing less than that. Without him, better I do not say. So he was taking me in his car to his house. I was watching, please believe me, all the photographs are all available, movie and all that. It was a way as in Kodaikanal, with all bends, the mountains, the forest, the trees, the waterfalls, the greenery, the flowers, the moss, the curves, the bends. Wow. So then I said, where are we? Is it Kodaikanal or what? No, Sharma, this is Seattle. What's that nonsense? This Kodaikanal. Baba must have felt that Anil Kumar is missing Kodaikanal. So, the whole Kodaikanal is transplanted here in Seattle. That's why I feel that touch. So beautiful, the bends and the mountains. And then suddenly he took me to his residence. That residence is again on a mountain, with a dome there on the top, with all the glass doors. And the doors leading to rooms are carved with beautiful pictures as in Ajanta and Ellora, as in Konark temple. Beautiful, whatever. Glass doors on all sides. Mountain top. With the doors with all these carvings. The shining flooring. Very beautiful. I didn't know where to go, what. You get lost. Then they said, they took me around that circular building. I stood at the center, the central dome, and the space all around, with a railing on all sides, reminding me of Bhagavan's darshan in Bangalore. Bangalore Trayi Vrindavan, if you get into the building, you find railing there on the top. Swami will put both of his hands and give darshan. Same thing is there. Same. I called that fellow, what is all this? Is it for family or what? You want to live in a temple? You want to live in a temple? This doesn't seem to be a residence at all. Oh, Pakka Swami's rooms and all. The building has got the touch of Sai Shruti, of the Trayi Vrindavan. And the approach road is like a Kodaikanal. And then he said, Mr. Anil Kumar, this is the room given to you. Okay, fine. Just I came down. As I just came down, few steps, that's all. Not even few yards. Very big river, Washington River in front of it. Big river. Few steps, that's all. To get a walk, few steps by the Washington River. Big river there. Ah, Swami, is that the lake of Kodaikanal brought down here? Where am I? Where am I? How to believe that? Or is it true? I was questioning like that. And that chap said, Mr. Anil Kumar, the weather in US is unpredictable. When it will rain, we cannot say. Now it's quite bright. Immediately after lunch, let's go for a boat ride, he said. And he owns a steamer boat, and he took me around that river for about 45 minutes. And imagine myself of those movies which I saw as a student, keeping myself in the position of a lead role. Somehow I enjoyed the ride, enjoyed boating. There in Kodaikanal, what happens is, Bhagavan on one of the days gives money to all the boys to go for boating. To go for boating. So he didn't allow me to miss boating also there in Seattle. He didn't allow me to miss the beauty of Kodaikanal. He didn't allow me to miss the Bangalore building. At that time I got a phone call from Kodaikanal, from the father of my host. He is my close friend. He said, Anil Kumar, how are you doing there? I don't ask me. I am up in the heaven. Then he said, Mr. Anil, we are here in Kodaikanal. We all miss you. We all miss you, he said. Then I said, I don't miss you. I'm sorry, I don't miss you. Why? Swami is here. Swami is not there. Swami is here. You see the building and all that. He was really dumbfounded to hear my reply. This exact situation there, subject verification, you can ask anybody. I like it very much. Then suddenly, every alternate day I was getting a phone call from Virgin Islands, United States. There's some islands there that United States purchased those islands. They bought them. They are called Virgin Islands. And one of the Virgin Islands happened to be St. Thomas. I was getting phone call every day, please come, please come. They said, we cannot organize this workshop, but you should come. I cannot, I have no time. You should. What to do? Just I said, tomorrow seems to, I think I am free, let us try. This is a computer age. Right in half an hour I got the tickets. You please come. Then I went to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. war. Because we read in Puranas of Naimisharanya, we hear in Puranas of Chitrakuta mountain. All that is I could see there. As the flight is landing, just on the ocean, you see all the waters there. Complete. And just, he says airport is approaching, and you don't see the airport excepting the water. He is going to land on water or what? I want to return, he says. I don't want to be drowned. Just like that. All the trip on oceans. And then in a small place, we landed there. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, so beautiful. And then few people came there with unnatural, they welcome and all that. And then we went there. And that little island has all forests. And sea, surrounded by sea. Island at the center, sea all over. And in this forest, there's narrow road for the vehicles move. These Virgin Islands are independent. They have got their own high courts, they have got their own passports and everything is there. Controlled by the American government, but still they maintain their independence. On the mountains, in the midst of the forest, they got their houses. And 100% of them are Sindhis. 100% Sindhis. And all of them are jewelers. I didn't find any vegetables market or anything. I was wondering, do they eat jewels or what? Gold, diamonds everywhere. Complete. All of them are Baba devotees. Their shops are side by side. Keen competition till 6 o'clock. After that, Hare Ram, Manasa Bhajare Purchan. And tell you what a love they showered upon me. I got myself drenched, completely drowned in the sea of their affection and love. Everybody wanted me to get into their shop. Please step into our shop. Give Harati and so I had to do the job. Something like a Pujari school, give Harati in every shop. So I have become Janardhan Pujari perhaps. I was so happy, it's okay. Then the house where I stayed, the moment I just came out and saw the ocean there and the forest, people must have done some merit to have been born in places like that. People should have done some penance to have spent their life like that. And there in the sea we have cruised the ships that can accommodate people from 500 to 5,000. Ships of big size. They said, Anil Kumar, next time we'll have Sai conference in the cruise next time, you understand? I said, please do it. We'll have 3 days Sai set in the cruise. 5,000. We'll have it for the whole of US, why not? They said, we are ready, give me the date. They are telling. Give us the date, we are ready, no problem. So St. Thomas also I liked very much. And then I got another phone call from a friend from New Jersey. And it's a New Jersey regional conference. About 2,000 people will be attending. And as your time is too short, it is not possible for us to have a workshop. But yet we would love to have you. And I went to New Jersey. About 2,000 people came there. And most of them are Indians. And most of the people are from Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka. And most of their family names I know. Most of their fathers, grandparents I know. So I felt as if I am at my native place, but not in a foreign land. But bhajans they did. Oh, very big auditorium. People were occupying seats till the end. Very big one. Huge, about 2,000 people, you see. Very nice. That also I like New Jersey. Then I had invitation from a doctor, Dr. Krishnarao from Rochester, New York, America. The doctor is a very good man, very young man. And he hails from Chicago. And the doctor constructed a temple for Sai Baba in the Srikakulam district. He constructed school for Swami. He constructed orphanage for Swami there at his native place by name Kattula Committee in Srikakulam district. Baba said, you should do something for your country. You should do something for your motherland, your birthplace. That's what that Dr. Krishna Rao did it. Because I attended that function, the opening. I'm sorry. I attended that inaugural function. So it's my duty to go to Dr. Krishna Rao. I went on. About 300 to 400 people came there, and the meeting was very successful. Natural. Pullareddy sweets, whosoever distributes will be sweet. If you distribute sweet, it's not going to be hot. Sweet is sweet. When I speak about Baba, it will be interesting after all. If I speak of my own biodata, you won't get phone calls again. So it is only Baba's subject that's most interesting. I don't take personal credit at all. Not even in the wildest of my dreams. Please take it from me. And then I went there and he said in the evening, around 5 o'clock, 6, Mr. Anil Kumar said, there's Indian Community Center in Rochester, New York. There's going to be some dance program. Would you attend? I said, why not? I love dances, why not? Yes. And he said, I'm requesting you because my daughter is dancing. I want you to bless her. Okay. And it's a very big auditorium built by Indian community. And one lady from Chennai trained all these girls. She has a school with 100 girls studying Bharatanatyam under her. Very successful. And she organized Bharatanatyam program, commentary and all that. Please believe me, sir. I'm telling you, believe every time, because I'm not able to believe even now. Sir, that such things had happened there. Unbelievable things. And Bharatanatyam, a group of 20 or 15 each item. Those girls range from age from about 10 to 25 age group. And the dresses, saris they wore are a Kanjivaram silks, Dharmavaram silks, Chennai silks, Kumaran silk of Madras must have been transported over there. I walked at chuck shining, all the saris, same as in Madras. Studio dancers, pakka professional. Very interesting. I was, aha, Swami, how great you are. See, the people dancing like that. Same as in Madras or anywhere. And then suddenly there is an announcement. Few Irish people, young people, 10 of them from Ireland, they will dance now. They will have their dress of something like gowns. They will wear socks and the gowns like that. The boys and girls. They are doing dance, about 10 of them, with the shoes, high heel shoes and all that. They are simply dancing like that. Something like a horse. Like that. The steps were like that. I will enjoy. Oh God, how nice if I also learn and join. Very difficult to control me under those situations. I had to put a lot of mental pressure so that I don't get up from my chair. Usually I'm a crazy fellow. More when I see these things, it's very difficult to manage. Perhaps a psychiatrist should be there, that's all. I was very happy, particularly those Irish dances. Then there was next one, fusion. Bharatanatyam plus Irish together. Taka-ting, taka-ting, taka-taka-taka-taka. Both going together at the same time. How beautiful. And finally, the finale, all these 60 of them on the dais, including Irish, dancing together with Baba's picture, all that at the center. Wow, wow. I really enjoyed that also. Finally, towards the youth conference held there in Chicago, in America, 3 days, it was held in outskirts of Chicago. Outskirts, where it was just an open land with few cottages built there, thick forest-like thing, and lawns everywhere, up and down. Is it any ashram like that? Generally, when you mention Chicago, we expect 100-story building, 50-story buildings. But it is a forest like that, completely with lawns and some cottages here and there, and huge pandals, and one pandal for girls, other for boys, other for canteen like that. And fantastic conference, very serious discussions. I am happy to let you know, the youth there in America, they are studying the subject in depth, and Sai literature applied completely. The work they are doing is really marvelous, marvelous. And in fact, there are about 30 workshops going on everywhere. I was trying to spend some time with every group. Youngsters usually, what do they talk? We know. Because we were also like that at that age. But here they were seriously talking. This is what Baba said, you understand? One girl says, she said, no, I'm sorry. Baba also said this. Do you know that? Such research level, research, full subject, they were discussing like that. I was very happy. Mainly there are 4 areas for discussion. The first area is meditation, where they discuss Jyoti Dhyan, light meditation. They also discuss pranayama, breathing exercise, the meditation. And there are 3 to 4 workshops along these lines. The second theme is sealing on desires. Sealing on desires, they think, time management, about the food management, about energy management, and there are 4, 5, 6 workshops on the sealing on desires. And the third one, living service. Service is living. Under that heading, why service? What service? How to serve? What is that we get? What does Baba say? Few workshops on that subject. Meditation, sealing on desires, the service. Like that 4 themes. The 4th topic, I don't exactly remember. The 4th topic also was taken very, very serious. Gayatri Mantra. Yes, Gayatri Mantra was the 4th topic, for which was also discussed. In America, they discuss Gayatri Mantra. How am I to believe it? Somebody said, sir, we organized a Sarigama. I said, what is Sarigama? Sa, Sai, Ra, regional, Ga, Gayatri, Ma, mantra. Sai, regional Gayatri mantra. 500 youth doing Gayatri for one full month. Then what is Padani Sai? Gayatri, why Gayatri? What Gayatri? What are the results by doing Gayatri? Come on, youth, how professional they are, how experts are they are, how healthy are they are because of Gayatri Mantra. They discuss like anything. And somehow, after this participation for 3 days, Bhagavan helped me to return safely. And I returned. Though I returned, my legs were trembling because I was already late by 5 days. I was here on 6th and sitting there in the veranda. Usual thing is, Swami ignores for the first couple of days so that you will have the pangs of suffering little more, anxiety little more, tension little more. I was getting prepared for that for 1 month, not 1 week or so. But the good Lord came straight and said, I know The meetings went on very well. Very good. I know what you have done. That made me shed my tears like anything. And Swami said, I know all meetings are very well attended. Very good, you have done good work. I was very happy. Then what happened? Again on 8th, he came and said, have you calmed down? Meetings are over there now. Have you calmed down? He said. I took it as divine acknowledgement. I thank Swami for this wonderful opportunity, and I think this is a learning process, a training process. I don't consider myself above them or anything great. It is greatness lies in His mercy, and the power lies in the divine benediction that empowered me go around all these centers, Sai centers. I thank Swami because we are all family members. I wanted to share these things with you. I beg your pardon if I have overdone my job. Thank you very much for your patient listening. My friends, all our Sunday talks are published by our book trust in the form of books with the divine blessings of Bhagavan. The first book happened to be the universal and practical teachings of Baba, our Sunday talks. And the next one is divine directions. And the next we had this, what you call, radiance of rays. And then we had Sai Sandesh, Psychology, Sai Vedam, Sai Blossoms, the Divine Daffodils. These are all the books covering our Sunday talks. If all these Sunday talks are released in the form of so many books, published by a book, Satsang Publication Book Trust, I am ever grateful to Bhagavan Baba for many lives to come, which I never imagined, for many lives to come. But this had not happened because of me alone. You can give a talk and go, but all these talks are videotaped. All these talks are recorded, and these talks are transcribed. They are translated into 10 international languages. All these talks are edited. They are all kept in the website in 10 international languages all these years by a team of dedicated transcribers, translators, editors, rendering Sai Seva selflessly from different parts. So many I do not know them, I never met them. But their team leader, Mr. Lucky, is here sitting over there, making the videotape of all of this morning's proceedings. And I really thank Mr. Lucky and his team, translators, the transcribers, everybody, for all the release of all these books for publications. And I take this opportunity this morning to present to Mr. Lucky, the leader of the team, to receive a book which is very recently released by Bhagavan, published by Sri Satsang Books and Publication Trust. The title of the book is Alarm Bells Divine. Alarm Bells Divine is the book released just 1 week ago. And this book, Alarm Divine, contains certain important topics for your information, topics relating to the celebration of different festivals in Prashanti Nilayam, the inner significance of these festivals as given by Bhagavan Sri Satsang Baba, and a section, question answers, are also covered in this book, Alarm Bells Divine, which is the latest. I request Brother Lucky to come and receive this book on behalf of the team, SaiWisdom.com website. Louder, please, louder. And Sai, the indweller, is under print, and we expect it as early as possible. There are 5 in Telugu, 12 in English. Swami made this tiny little creature, an instrument to publish 17 books, which I cannot take it like that. It is just Sai's manifestation. It is just Sai's miracle, that's all. I am also a witness like you. What all that is happening. Thanks to Swami once again. I thank all of you for your time, for bearing with me, for listening to the details of my talk, covering my visit to US. These things I wanted to share with you as a members of our Satsang Sai family. Thank you very much. Asatoma Sagamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satsai Baba Ji ki Jai. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satsai Baba Ji ki Jai. Thank you.